What an incredibly boring and unlucky hockey game. Avs lose to the Utah Hockey Club 4-1. Don't get me wrong, the Avs were bad in this hockey game. They struggled to generate quality offense just as a whole for the majority of the game, and the few dangerous chances they did generate, they failed to execute and capitalize on effectively. But defensively, they really weren't all that bad in this hockey game. At 5-on-5, the expected goals for were 1.37 for the Avs and 1.43 for Utah, so pretty much an even game. The Avs managed to give up 2 goals in that scenario at 5-on-5, though, and at least we have this. Neither of them are the goalie's fault. Like, honestly, look at the first goal of this game. What are the Avs supposed to do better here? Isn't even that dangerous of a play. Maybe the Avs defense isn't perfect here on a dumped-in puck. You do have to come all the way across to cover your guy so you don't box him out high in the zone, I guess. I'm looking for a reason here. But this is covered fine. Lehkonen takes the man going to the back post and ties him up super well. Makar doesn't give any space. They're not able to penetrate with their legs, so a puck that slides across to a covered guy in the back door, that's not even a good pass. There's no connection here at all with the stick. It's so far behind him, it bounces off of Lehkonen's skate. It's just that bounce ends up skipping off of his skate, flies up into the air, and goes into the far side of the net. I mean, that bounce doesn't exist in reality. How is that real? Had Artturi Lehkonen not been there and a skater made that play, like took it off of his stick and flipped the puck up over to the far side of the net, people would be losing their minds at what an unbelievable play it was. Instead, the Avs just get an absurd bad bounce against them that causes that, and it ends up in the back of their net. And that was the name of the game for a decent portion of this one. The puck just seemed to defy physics at times to go against the Avs. And that's fine. The Avs didn't deserve to win this game. It's not as if those bounces going their way would have really changed a whole lot. They were not playing well. They did not generate good offense. But on a night like that, if you get a good bounce or two, it could change the whole shape of the night. One good break and maybe the momentum changes and the Avs find something in their game, but they just never really got that break, and Utah did. Again, this is not an excuse. The Avs need to play better. They ended up hitting 3 posts on the night, I think, so they could have finished a little bit better. Certainly one that wasn't even a post. The Avs more or less had an empty net to shoot into at the end of the second period, and Artturi Lehkonen failed to get his stick on it. The Avs didn't score. So with marginally better execution, even with as bad as the Avs played, they easily could have put 2, 3, 4 goals in the net tonight. That isn't what happened, and ultimately they only managed to pot 1, and it was far after it was relevant to actually being able to compete in the game. With that being said, special teams did let the Avs down tonight. They were unable to score on a couple of power play opportunities. Even if I thought one of those power plays did look better, when you're trailing, you have to score. When you're having a night where you don't have great legs, you're out of gas, you can't find quality plays, the power play has to bail you out, and it failed to do that for Colorado. And if you thought one bad bounce was enough, oh no. There's more. The Avs ultimately have a bit of sketchy defense here, but they're making plays. They're getting sticks on pucks, and they're denying chances from Utah that are ultimately not very dangerous. Eventually, this puck comes out high. It comes over to the far side, and a puck's going to get thrown towards the net, and it's going to hit not 1, but 2 Avs. Initially off of Casey Middleton's stick, and then it ricochets up off of Calvin DeHaan's hip and into the net. A double deflection into your own net. You know what? Sometimes you have to just accept that things aren't going your way. So the Avs have scored 2 goals, and Utah leads 2-0. Normal stuff. Now look, this season, the Avs have proven that they can come back from just about any scenario. 2 goals, you might not even think twice about. But when this team takes a bad penalty and immediately gives up a 3rd goal, yeah, then you have a problem. I mean, at least the Avs can blame themselves for this one. A bad penalty in the offensive zone, followed by a lost faceoff, which Utah sets up immediately off of. And while the Avs are pressuring out high, it's a nicely put together play here. You have Makar coming back, and he fails to intercept a pass. That is his fault. But Parker Kelly also gets caught way too high here. With Logan O'Connor challenging on that side, Kelly does need to back off a little bit and at least be able to contest the man in the middle in Schmaltz. Instead, Kelly is entirely behind the play and can do nothing here. And Taves also gets caught in no man's land. He's expecting Kelly to be there, so he's not up and ready to pressure a puck carrier here, and he can't just give up a free pass to the net. That's just a breakaway, but he also doesn't defend the pass at all either. So Taves gets caught in no man's land, Kelly's caught behind the play, and Makar doesn't make a great defensive play by himself. That's how you spend 7 seconds getting scored on immediately. Obviously, the defense and goaltending is not great there, but my real problem there is you cannot put yourself in that situation. You can't take a bad penalty, and the Avs get let down by their special teams on both sides. And honestly, that one felt like the game. Yes, the Avs have crazy comeback ability, but they just did not seem to have it in the tank in this one. And certainly once you end the second period and they're not able to score, even if they do get incredibly high danger chances, you knew it was done. They just could not muster it. And honestly, that's okay. I look at the Avs schedule, I see the ridiculous stretch of hockey they've played, and honestly, they've done pretty well. They do at least get on the board. Here's Nathan MacKinnon scoring a garbage time goal in 6-on-5. Neat. The game itself in a vacuum is definitely disappointing, and you expect better from the Avs, particularly their stars. You expect them to finish. An empty netter gets you to your 4-1 final, and I don't have a lot to say here. Looking forward, you have another big divisional game against Nashville on Saturday, and I think the way that game goes will define how you feel. If the Avs win that game, you're not worried about this loss at all. It was the end of a very long stretch of travel, and they just didn't have anything in the tank. If the Avs lose the game in Nashville, especially if it looks similar to a game like this, where it seems like the Avs just don't have any give up and go, then you start to feel concerned. The vibes, I think, are still good, even if this game was a little bit of a letdown. That is the end of this game video review. Thank you for watching. I am Rudo, and hockey is just weird.